Hello everybody and welcome back to Benjamin Magnus Plays Europa Universalis 4 in a tutorial format. I hope you have been enjoying and learning, and I decided to play off screen a little bit till our truce ended with the Teutonic Order, and then this little guy fired right here. So, we have the option of letting a plot go forward to try to assassinate the French heir to my throne. So right now, the heir to Poland, because it is an elective monarchy, is from the French dynasty. He's a 532, which is pretty good, and he's kind of young too. So we could try to get him assassinated, and there's a 50% chance he'll die. There's also a 50% chance that we'll just wreck our relations with France. Or we could arrest the plotters. Now, who's in line behind him? That's a Pole, who is a 344. So let's see. Let's total. That's 10. And so the Pole is slightly better. Let's try this. Normally, I would just take the stability hit, but because we're playing this in a tutorial format, I'm very much in a mindset where we're going to do things that are a little less optimal and a little more like daring, just to try to show you things that could happen in the game. So, what happened? Attempted assassination of heir. So, we took 100 late relations hit with them. It doesn't look like it dropped it long enough. Ooh, I'm a sinner. No, our heir is a sinner. It doesn't look like it dropped it low enough for them to dissolve the alliance, but it's also not good. Now, another thing that happened off-screen was that I teched up militarily again to level 7, and I now have access to cannons. So I loaded up each of these armies with 2 cannons, which are going to help a lot. Now, let's see if we can. Yes, we can. We have enough influence to work with. If this gets above 80, you have a problem. But it's only 46, and granting a generalship only increases it by 20. So we're in a good position. So we rolled up a new general, and he is really good. He is a 2-1-3-4. So, well, he's not very good in combat. He's only a 2-1 in combat, which is fire and shock. But he has a maneuver of 3, which means if you have more maneuver than your enemy general, that can negate crossing penalties. And like if I cross a river and he has 2 maneuver or 1 or 0, I don't get a straight crossing penalty because I have more maneuver. But he has a siege of 4. That is going to make sieges go so fast. So much faster. That is a really good roll. And you might notice I'm almost out of manpower. And that's because I had... this is so stupid. There's a little stupidity, a little bad luck. I've been converting this area down here. See, I've done these ones, and I'm working on this one right here. A rebel faction fired right after I had, like, I was prepping for war, and I was like, you know what we should do? We should raise up our army maintenance. The army maintenance, I raised up my army maintenance, so these guys were only at a fraction, and then I got unlucky, and the rebels popped directly underneath me, and they wiped out, like, I don't know, 15,000 men or something like that. I killed the rebels, but I also lost huge quantities of men. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get more from these guys. No, it's been too recent. So yes, let's recall our merchant, or not our merchant, our diplomat from France, and let's send one out send one out to France. Recall the one from the Papal States. Oh, and I have a loan out right now because I had a couple events that reduced that took money from me. And we are just about ready to go to war again. I kind of want to finish this. Missionaries do cost a little bit of money. I'm going to keep this guy here. So he's gonna stay there and try to keep the French relations as high as possible. Oh, and these guys finally have increased the number of men they're fielding. They haven't converted any of their provinces yet, but they're working on it, I'm sure. So yeah, I'm just going to wait for this to get up to 100. And then... oh, damn. Didn't expect that. I just lost another leader. This is the bad side of elective monarchy, is that you elect old men. They don't last very long. So France immediately wants to re-up our alliance. And now I have -1 stability. I took -2 stability from people dying. That's unfortunate. Right now this costs more because we don't have a full religious unity. So that means I'm going to wait for this to finish before I bother boosting that up. Because converting this province will get me what I want. Also gave me some papal influence, too. Now, I don't want to send out anybody else right now. We have 100 papal influence, so I'm going to use that to purchase 1 stability point. 38, that's not too bad. But right now, what I need to do if I'm going to attack the Teutonic Order, which isn't ideal right now because my manpower is so low, but it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Is get my forts up. Let's give them a few months to get the garrisons in place, and then we're going to attack the Teutonic Order. I am excited for this. Oh, damn. This is what we call Magnus luck. I am infamously unlucky in this game. I tend to get a lot of events that are just screw you or screw you. So I could take this event, lose 100 power points, or lose a stability point. So I just purchased 2 stability points, and so I'm not willing to lose that one. So I'll take the 100 here. Unfortunate. So, let's see. How are these forts looking? 800? That's pretty good. Let's go ahead and get this popping off. So, we're going to declare war. Hungary is not going to join in still, which is great. They haven't paid off any of their debts. So, we are just going to have to fight these 2 guys. France doesn't want in. Bohemia doesn't want in. That's not a big deal. I can do it without them. And we're going to go ahead and... I'm going to say take their capital is the war goal. I'm going to confirm this. And then what I'm going to do, I'm immediately going to tell my my allies here to be aggressive. No, I'll tell them to siege. I'd rather have them siege provinces down. So we're going to go here, and we're going to go here. Now this one's going to get sieged down really fast. Because we have a 4 siege general. So they have a fort level of 2. So I get a minus there. But I also get an additional 1 because I brought some artillery with me. And you can see there the levels. If I brought 4, I'd get +2. Brought 6, +3. But I have a really good siege leader, so he's going to be excellent at wrecking this place. He's gonna go up there and wreck up the place. So we're just gonna, oh wow, and look at that. On our first roll, we breached the walls by rolling a 14 on their capital. So they are already in a bad position. We got good rolls here and poor rolls here. So they actually flipped, even though this guy is the better siege general. This one just got luckier. So we're gonna race. Oh, and we just lost a military leader. Was it yeah, it was the guy here, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. That sucks. During the siege, he died. So you can't assign new leaders when they're in the field. I have to wait for this to flip over. They have to be in provinces you own. So where are these guys going to go? They're going to try to hit one of these armies. I'm imagining this one here. So I'm going to move my men in over here. I'm going to try to end this quicker. It's going to cost me a little attrition, but we want to end this ASAP. And there we go. So we've already taken the war goal, and we're going to try to engage their army with our full force. And we can tech up right now. We have such a high gain rate at the moment. I'm going to go ahead and tech up. Ooh, and I have a natural decision available. Pass the Heretical Act. This would give me increased taxes, and my missionaries would be better, but it would increase Catholic Reform desire. Because I'm more interested in myself than the world at large, I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say my missionaries are stronger. Now, are we going to catch these guys? I don't think so. Can we catch them in Königsberg? Or are they... Looks like they're moving to Danzig. Now they're moving back to Königsberg. Now these guys are moving to Danzig. Oh, let's roll up a new leader for this guy. I'm just gonna pay the points for this one. Very average, but I'll take it. So as you can see there, normally there'd be a river crossing penalty here because we crossed the Vistula, but I had a leader that had a higher maneuver factor than the enemy, so it negated it out. They're going to send in their reinforcements, and we're going to... Oh, they've decided that this battle is lost, and they're not going to bother reinforcing it. So we're just going to fight it out. We rolled pretty poorly, so we actually lost about the same amount of men. But we're still good, because their army got pretty crushed. And now we're going to try to hit these guys in Warmia. There we go. Very nice. Again, we're rolling very poorly. So 7 to 9. Alright, that time we did a little bit better. Ooh, nice. And now this guy is a siege specialist, which means he can siege even fucking better. So let's move these guys to Königsberg. And try to take that ASAP. So we get +4 from the leader, +2 because now we have 4 artillery pieces there. And then we have -2 from the fort level and -2 because they have an open sea province here. But we already have like right now we can end this war and take what we want. But I want more. Enlightened self-interest is what I like to call it, also known as greed. Now you may have just noticed their army passed through mine. That was an army that retreated away from the Lithuanians. And when you're in shattered retreat, you basically ignore all movement blockers and just run through everything. Alright, only 200 days it took us. Now we're going to split up and we're going to start taking, we're going to carpet siege down. We're just going to siege up everything. Alright, Warmia. Chelmno. Actually, is this my really good one? No, it's this one. Okay, let's send these guys to Neumark. Siege that down. And then if I want, I can go kick the crap out of the Livonians. It could be on the list of things to do. Oh, they want to peace out. What do they want? They will give me Warmia. They will give me Marienburg. They will give me Chelmno. Okay, they're really throwing in the towel hard here. So I think I'm gonna press my luck. I'm gonna keep this going just a little bit longer, because I think I can get more out of this. Pomerania insulted me. Not a big deal. It's these guys here. I figured that was coming eventually. And we're gonna try to take one more fort because that'll give us more war score. So having this really good siege leader made this war go so much faster, which saved a lot of lives. 71%. Oh, what do we got here? So let's see. Catholicism reform desire goes up, but I gain only 2 papal influence, or I gain influence and I gain unrest. See, I'm going to go ahead and say I just bought a vial of milk of the Virgin Mary, and I'm going to take those 2 papal influence points. So there's a 71% chance we're going to roll high enough to end this siege. And we got it. Okay. So. Ooh. Ooh, this is nice. Let's leave that for after the peace deal, though. So. What we need to take is Marienburg and Chelmno to complete our mission, I believe. Let's take another look at this mission. It's been sitting in here for a long time. Chelmno, Marienburg, and Warmia. So that's what we want. That's a lot, though. Is that going to cause a coalition to form? Maybe. But the Teutonic Order and Hungary already hate us. And Livonian Order is already allied with our enemy. So Brandenburg is the only one to worry about that there. Not super concerned about that. So let's say, let's take their money. Because we have 81% war score. This peace deal only gives me 45, is only worth 45. So we got a little wiggle room. Let's see. Give up claims in Poland. Yeah. So that's going to annex their, or 86, not annex. That's going to 86 their claims in my land. Tell them that those aren't valid anymore. I'm going to ask for war reparations. I'll say you owe me some money. Ooh, I could give this, You know what? What if we want to give this province to the Lithuanians? Hang on. Let's. Oh, I can't swap it over right now. Not a big deal. Not really on my high on my list of things to do. And then let's say you're also not allowed to be friends with the Livonian Order. Oh, that's too much. All right, well, 75 of 81. Let's send it. All right, that was a pretty inexpensive war. Almost entirely to me rolling up good leaders. Now, I'm going to send my armies to hang out in the newly acquired provinces. I'm going to spend admin points to core them. Marienburg, really expensive. Oh, I ran out. I'm going to have to wait on that last one. Marienburg. Good development. I'm going to send out one of my missionaries now that the war's over. All right, get some conversion going. And now we have this guy to deal with right here. Splendor. You currently have Splendor that's high enough for me to purchase an ability. Now these are new. Ages. Ages are new. There's 4 ages. Age of Discovery, Age of Reformation, Age of Absolutism, and Age of Revolutions. These came with Third Rome. Do these come with Third Rome? Or Mandate of Heaven? I'm pretty sure these came with Third Rome. But they're basically like sets of goals and rewards for you to do in that time period. And they cycle out like every 100 years or so. Let's see, does it actually tell you the date that's going to pop? The age starts when Protestantism... So this will start when Protestantism hits. So whenever the Protestant Reformation is enabled. And then this one hits when global trade is unlocked, which is one of the institutions. And then this one hits when Enlightenment is discovered. Okay, that's cool. So, you, for achieving any of these goals, you gain Splendor. I have a base value of 1, so everybody gets 1 Splendor per month. And for every one of these objectives you complete, you get an additional 2 per month. So right now I have a total of 5. I got that one from controlling a large city, that's Krakow, and for embracing the Renaissance. Now if I got another personal union, I would get another one. If I had a colony and another continent, or if I was just present on 2 continents, I would get another one. If I humiliated a rival in a peace treaty, I could do that. That might be something I could try that. That wouldn't be too hard to do. The other ones are discovering America and controlling centers of trade. Centers of trade are these little guys right there. Inland center of trade, coastal center of trade. I only controlled 2, so I've got 2 of these. Not too bad, which means I get a little bit of Splendor to work with. And when you get up to 800, you get to pick your reward. Every age, there's a couple countries that get special rewards. So in the Age of Discovery, the Ottomans get a special one. Portugal gets a special one, Denmark gets a special one, and Venice gets a special one. And then as you go through the ages, these ones bip-bop out. They're almost always major powers. I'm not sure if Poland has one, but I think at some point they do. So we get to pick one of these. We can unlock a new law for our states. We could reduce the amount of an aggressive expansion we take in peace deals. That might be good because we've been keeping an eye on that. We can allow transfer subject in a peace deal. So that means if we beat the snot out of someone who has a vassal, we can say, hey, they belong to me now. I could reduce the war tax cost, and I'll show you what that is in a second. I could increase the amount of cavalry I can have in my armies by 20%. I can make it so my colonies develop better, so whenever I finish a colony, they're better. Not a big deal here. This one's my favorite. Adaptive combat terrain. +1 combat bonus in the terrain of your capital. I'm going to take that one. So that means anywhere I fight that's farmlands, I get a +1, which is pretty cool. Now, war taxes, that's this button right here. You could spend 50, normally it's 50. Normally it's 50 military power points, and then it just makes everything involving your military cheaper. Reducing it by 100% means that you can raise your war taxes for free. That's pretty cool. If you're very militaristic in the Age of Discovery, that might be a really good thing for you to take, because that means you'll spend less money always. So we're going to go ahead and unpause here. So I finished my mission to conquer Western Prussia. National unrest goes down. That's really good right now, and my yearly legitimacy goes up. Excellent. And now, we should be able to pick a new mission. So we had that mission for a long time, but we finished it. So now we get to pick a new one. So now it's saying, hey, we have some coastal provinces, why don't you create a proper fleet? Or you could rival some, you can be, rival the enemy of my enemy situation, become friends with England, or conquer, Spice. Spice? Spice. I think that's down here. Yeah, Hungary. Riga, Ferrara, and the Pope. Ooh, the Pope is allied with Hungary. Huh, which one of those do I want to take? Now, increasing relations with someone, that's really easy to do. England already kind of likes us, so all we have to do is send a diplomat over there, and in a few months, we'll get what we want. So that war was pretty successful for us. France no longer is upset with me for trying to kill their heir. Well, they're still upset with me, but other things have balanced it out. Improving relations, one of our consorts are related. We have an alliance, a royal marriage, we're of the same dynasty, we're of the same religion, same dynasty after election. That kind of balanced things out. So I can recall this guy from France. France loves me now. Everything is balanced out. That's because, let's go to dynastic again. Is that in here? So I'm no longer a von Habsburg. He was voted out. Now a de Valois is now sitting on the throne in France and in Poland. Now, normally a dynastic change is a very, very big issue, but considering I'm an elective monarchy, which means that every time there's the ruler dies, there's an election and somebody else is going to get chosen, it's not a big deal for my country. Not a big deal at all. Dithmarken has accepted an offer to become a free city. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Right now we're waiting on enough administration power points so that we can core Warmia. We're losing a little bit of money right now because we have our army up. Ooh. Looks like my heir is infertile. His swimmers aren't very good. And he's French. He's pretty good, though. Oh, but look at that pole. Okay, so the Stanislaw here, he's a 6'5" 2. So that's a total of 13 power points. August is a 4'4" which is a total of 11 power points. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend a little bit of my prestige to get Stanislaw elected as my, heir apparent. Because he has more power points coming in than old Frenchy Magoo over there. Ah, these guys. Yeah, they're fabricating claims, but you know what? I've outgrown you. I no longer fear you or your alliance chain. Before, you were very strong. You were very strong. You had powerful allies, but they slipped up. Them backing the Hungarian, the Hungarians in the Polish-Hungarian War really knocked them down a peg. So we just lost an advisor, so we can go in and hire in a new one. Let's see, trade efficiency, spy network construction, diplomatic reputation, and improve relations. We don't have a lot of money to spend at the moment, so we're going to go with one of the cheaper guys. I'm just going to say trade efficiency, because that'll kind of that'll balance out his cost a little bit. Because he'll be bringing in a little bit more money from trade. Not a lot. A little bit. And we can also start working on a navy if we wanted to. But we're a little poor for that at the moment. We got to get all this stuff cored. So we're going to spend the ducats. Not the ducats, the admin power points. We're going to get that cored. You can see that Chelmno is going a lot faster than Marienburg because I had a claim on Chelmno. Having a claim is always preferable. It makes coring cheaper and easier. Hungary has fabricated a claim on my territory. We gained a core on Chelmno. And the Teutonic Order has been discovered while building a spy network. Not surprising. So Chelmno belongs to me. It's Polish, and it's Catholic. So they're already happy to be in the fold. They're going to have that separatism still. That's just kind of base pissiness because we conquered the region. But because they're my cult, they're an accepted culture, they're the same religion, everything's not as bad. Same here. Same here. A little bit lower because you can see that we have friendly troops in the region. I think a stack of 20 is the largest stack that will continue to reduce unrest. I think above that, it's just diminishing returns. So, we've got our relations with England up. Might as well call that guy back. Got our prestige and our Diplo power points. So what's next? We have construct a proper fleet, conquer peace, or our manpower reserves need to recover. So this is just saying, why don't you just sit still and hold your tits? And if you do that, I'll give you less unrest and a tax boost. I'm going to go ahead and do that. So to complete this one, all I need to do is not go to war in the next, like, 8 years. You think I could do it? Oh, man. So we got rebels. I was about to say, I don't have any rebels that are about to pop. It gives you notification of vassal rebels. So, ooh, and look at that general. That's a 2-star general. 421. All right, so we got an event, Cossack Aggression. Moving quickly by boat or on horseback, the Cossacks of the steppes are very adept raiders. Several such raids have lately laid waste to our countryside and even major cities some way from our borders. Once a raid has been executed, these plunderers retreat back behind their borders of their neighboring countries as quickly as they came. Let's see, so everybody is have interest in the affected areas, and both groups now demand that we do something. Demand these Cossacks be brought to justice. We will have to just let this slide. Ooh, so they would be unhappy, those two estates, and I would lose base tax down here. That's straight up losing 47 admin points. I'm going to say we need to bring the Cossacks to justice. All right, the Moldavian response has been to send some monetary compensation for the raids of their Cossack subjects, which is made up for the damage to property. They also claim to have brought the guilty parties to justice. Okay, so that went well. So that went well for us. Wasn't too bad. Now, if I wanted to, I could come down here. Why don't we come down here and help these guys out with the rebels? This is a farmland province, so we are going to get a +1 to fighting there. Improvements in naval technology. I could take 10 free Diplo points or 10 free Diplo points and a little bit of inflation. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say my inflation's pretty low right now. We can check that out by going to our economy. Inflation's only 1.82. Let's go ahead and take those points. We could tech up in the Diplo slot. We're about to tech up militarily. So let's go ahead and take this one. Not a big deal for me, but it's nice just to keep up. So this is a good general. My general's okay. Well, let's see how this works out. Hopefully we don't take too many casualties. Trying to help out our friends here. So, let's see. I get a... Well, I'm a little... It's a little interesting that that actually says minus on there. That should say plus, so I think that's just a little bug there. The icon shows a minus, but I actually get a +1 from terrain. So that's from the Splendor thing of giving me +1 combat bonus in terrain of capital. My capital is farmland, and this is farmland, so I get a bonus there. We're doing pretty good. Ooh, I'm about to say I rolled a 0, but so did they. So that's a 9 to a 4. That's really good. An 8 to a 0. That's probably the end of the battle, right there. Oh, no, we got one more roll in there. 2 more rolls in there. But still, battle is over. We only lost about 2,000 men, and we wiped out our vassals' rebels. It's good to keep your vassals stable. And now we're just going to march back up north and help quash the rebels in the region. So, to the provinces, Chobno and Marienburg have been cored. The Holy Roman Empire looks like it's been... Let's see, what happened here? Austria has been elected as the new emperor. Again. I'm a little surprised that Austria lost it, then immediately regained it a few years later. I was hoping that there'd be a little bit more turmoil, but not so much. Let's see, regulation of the medical profession. So I can get local goods produced in Podolia. Or I can gain some admin power. So 25%. That's really low. That is really low. So 25% of 0.09. It's really not that much. I'm just going to take the power points. So, Lollard Heretics. That's Lollard? They're just upset because, they're like the main, they're the main, rebels in that group. And what else? We got Teutonic Separatists. Yep. But that's not a big deal. There's no more unrest here. And these two have troops sitting on them, and this is slowly going to decay out. I believe separatism decays out at 0.5 per year. We can actually check. It is December, so let's take a look at this as December ticks by. Yep, 0.5 per year. Oh, and we have a successful conversion. I believe that means there's only one province left. And then we achieve religious unity. So having religious unity below 100% causes a couple issues. Corruption, national unrest, stability cost modifier, and some other stuff pops up on there too. So this missionary, he'll be done, let's see, March 20th of 1496. So only just over 3 years. Not too bad, really. Not too bad. And then we'll have achieved religious unity. Moldavia down here has started converting their provinces. Bender has been converted, which is good for me. Let's actually take a look at them on the subjects view here. Their liberty desire is down to 23%, so they're still a little pissy about me asking them to convert, but it's going away. They're getting over it. Lithuania still loves me. I can ask them for money, but it'll make them unhappy. Anything, enable subsidized armies. Spend 10% of your monthly manpower on your march. This will change their pity by 50. Don't really need to do that. Fortify my march. That might be a good idea because they border the Ottomans. They have a little bit of debt I could pay off. Yeah, let's go ahead and pay off their debt. That makes them like me a little bit more. Which makes their liberty desire go down. And I don't think there's anything else we need to do right here. They're currently in the negative. I'm a little surprised they're in the negative. They're a nice little country. And I've given them some land, but they're not really increasing. I mean, a march is supposed to be very militaristic. They only have 2,000 men in the field. I was kind of hoping for more than that. I was going to use them as a buffer state. Alright, Wormia is cored. Very nice. So now all this land belongs to me proper-like. Cool. So we're getting all those taxes. Autonomy is not too bad. It's in the 30s. Ooh, and we get to tech up. Ah, militarily. So this is going to give us another building to build. My infantry fire value is going to go up, and cavalry shock value is going to go up. And if we wanted to, we can build a military camp now. That increases my force limit, which is just the number of units I can have on the field. Now, if I wanted some more men, I could think about building a barracks. Building it in Krakow would get me 1,000 more manpower. But right now, I think, let's keep the ducats flowing. Let's keep the ducats flowing. Let's build another church. That'll get me a... Was that Krakow? Oh, no, that wasn't Krakow. That was this province right here. Gonna get me a little bit more taxes in there. Oh, what happened here? Military theory. Gain 50 military power points. I don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do at all. I'm very happy with this. Oh, and I almost forgot that once per game, only once per game, not once per ruler lifetime or once per age, once per game, you can start a golden age if you have 3 objectives fulfilled. And that's these things. And it gives you those bonuses right there. Morale of armies, morale of navies, all power costs down 10%. That's the big one. Goods produced modifier up 10%, maximum Excuse me, absolutism up 5. Absolutism is something for another day because you don't have to deal with it this early on in the game. Absolutism is how ruthless and efficient your government is. If you have really high absolutism, you can have a revolution spawn in your country. That could be ugly. But anyway, I think we're going to leave this video right here. We went over a bunch of stuff, and I think we made some good progress with our nation. We have good alliances, we have good marriages, we have good vassals, and we are working our way up to try to eventually absorb Lithuania into Poland and become the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. Which right now, all we need to do is get up to administration level 10, and we can do it, because all the other qualifiers have been met. But that's a little way off soon, because I think we're still 6. Yeah, we're still 6. We need to get another idea group, so next episode we'll be getting another idea group. Thank you for watching, everybody. I will see you next time.